Hello everyone, my name is Nathan. I'm 32 years old, living a peaceful life with my wife Lena, our 7-year-old son Leo, and my father Walter in a quiet suburb. But let me take you back to the moment everything changed, the moment I realized just how far I was willing to go to protect my child, even if it meant tearing my own family apart. It all began 1 week before my mother's birthday. That evening, Leo and I were watching TV after dinner when my phone rang. I saw "Mom" on the screen and picked up immediately. "Hi, sweetheart," she greeted. "This year, I want to have a big birthday bash. I'm thinking of inviting friends, relatives, neighbors, everyone." I smiled. "That sounds great, Mom. I'm all for it." Without even thinking, I added, "Don't worry about the expenses. I'll pitch in $1,000 to make it really special." She got emotional. "Thank you so much, Nathan. That means the world. You and your family have to come early that day." After the call, I turned to Lena, who smiled and nodded. Then we shared the good news with Leo. Our little boy's eyes lit up. "Dad, I'm going to make Grandma a card. I want to draw pretty flowers and write her a birthday message." Every night after that, Leo would sit at the dining table with his crayons and markers, sketching, erasing, coloring, and asking us for advice. But he was clear, only advice. "I'm doing it myself." His crooked letters and lopsided flowers melted my heart. That card meant something. It wasn't just a birthday wish. It was love, pure and innocent. And I couldn't wait to see the look on my mom's face when he handed it to her. But just one day before her birthday, that hopeful vision was shattered. While I was at work, my phone buzzed with a message from my mother. "Don't come. Amelia's bringing her boyfriend, and she doesn't want Leo there." At first, I thought I had read it wrong. I reread it again, and again, but it said exactly what I feared. My hands trembled. My chest tightened. I called her instantly. No answer. I called again. Still no response. Unable to focus, I left work early and drove 40 minutes to her house. My thoughts were racing. How could she? Why would my own mother ban her grandson from her birthday party? When I walked in, she looked surprised. "Nathan, aren't you supposed to be at work?" I didn't waste time. "What exactly did you text me?" She paused, then said lightly, "Oh, Amelia's bringing her boyfriend." I just thought, maybe Leo would be too much. He can be a bit energetic, and there will be important guests. I don't want awkward moments. I stared at her, stunned. Then Amelia, my sister, walked in from the kitchen like she'd been waiting for this confrontation. "You know what Leo's like," she snapped. "He broke his glasses, spilled juice on the new sofa. Last time we had people over, he made a mess. I'm not letting that happen in front of my boyfriend." I couldn't believe her. I tried to keep calm. "So you think Leo's a problem? Did you forget what you were like at his age?" "That's different," she shot back. "This is an important night. We don't want him ruining the atmosphere." Her words hit like a punch to the gut. This was no misunderstanding. It was exclusion, cold, calculated, and heartless. Just then, my dad Walter walked in from the garage. He had caught the tail end of it. He looked straight at my mom. "What are you doing?" he said, voice firm. "How could you say that about your grandson? How could you exclude him?" Then he turned to Amelia. "Do you remember what you were like as a kid? You broke your grandmother's antique vase. You nearly set the kitchen on fire. But did anyone ever ban you from a party? We loved you anyway." That was the turning point. Walter packed a bag that night and came home. With me. The birthday party happened without us. But what crushed me more was watching Leo, still holding that handmade card, asking, "When do we leave for Grandma's?" I knelt down, held him tight, and whispered, "We're not going anymore, buddy. But she'll still get your card." He didn't cry. He just nodded and walked away, placing the card gently on the hallway table. But what he didn't see, what no one saw, was that I found that card ripped in half days later. Tossed in the trash outside my mother's house. That was the moment I knew, this wasn't about keeping peace anymore. It was about drawing lines. Walter stayed with us after that. He took Leo to school every morning, helped with homework, fixed little things around the house. His presence helped us heal. Then one night, a few months later, she came to visit. Tears in her eyes, she said, "Nathan, I know I was wrong. I'm so sorry. Please, just let me see Leo once." Walter stepped out of the house and met her at the door. "Go home," he said coldly. "We don't want to see you." She didn't leave. She looked at him and pleaded, "Come back with me. The house is empty without you." Walter shook his head. "You had your chance. You wasted it. It's too late." Before she left, he handed her something, Leo's card, which he had carefully taped back together. She clutched it, dropped to her knees on the porch, and sobbed. "I was wrong. It's been nearly a year since. Life has settled. Leo is thriving. Lena and I are working, dreaming again. And Walter, still our rock, shares beers with me on the porch every Friday night." But then, just a few days ago, Walter surprised me. "Nathan," he said, "I think I might go back. Maybe give your mother one last chance, if she's really changed." I looked at him, conflicted. 30 years of marriage don't disappear overnight. I nodded slowly. "Whatever you decide, Dad. You'll always be my father." Later, Lena asked me a question that's haunted me ever since. "Do you think you'll ever take Leo to visit his grandma?" I didn't answer. I just looked out the window. Because deep down, part of me still wants to forgive her. I want Leo to experience a grandmother's love. I don't want him to grow up asking why she never wanted him. But I also can't unsee what she did. I can't forget the torn card. I'm sharing this story not for pity, but because I genuinely need advice. Should I forgive my mother? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Your words might help me make one of the most important decisions of my life, one that will shape not just my future, but my son's too. If this story moved you, don't forget to subscribe and support our channel. Thanks for staying with me till the end. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.